Hey, can I ask you a direct question? Have you ever stopped to think that the only thing you truly have complete control over is your mind? No matter what happens out there, if you have control inside, no one can bring you down. Life will test you. People will provoke you. The world will laugh when you're down. But there's something that separates those who win from those who give up. It's silence. But not just any silence, the kind that's firm, full of presence. It's the mind that bleeds inside, but doesn't give in to chaos. So listen to this carefully. If you want to create a strong mind, learn to face life without giving in to every obstacle, and achieve success that truly makes sense, this video was made for you. Because here, you'll learn what no one has taught you. You know that desire to change the world. To want people to respect you more, 4 things out there to stop hurting you. The truth is, the world doesn't change. People almost never change. But when your mind changes, everything changes. When you learn to own your thoughts, when you stop being pushed around by other people's emotions, you become unshakable. And you know what's even crazier? While the world pushes you to react, to scream, to play the victim, the strongest know that true power lies in one thing: choosing what to think. Napoleon Hill called this mental authority. For him, all wealth, emotional, financial, spiritual, begins with an idea you master, not one that masters you. In other words, before you can achieve anything out there, you must win within. You don't control the weather. You don't control people's opinions. But you can choose not to bow down, not to give in, not to surrender your peace to those who don't deserve it. This internal choice, which no one sees, is the first step to becoming truly strong. And those who understand this stop trying to prove themselves all the time. Because when you master your mind, you've already won half the battle. Now let me tell you a secret about men who keep going, even when they are exhausted, ignored, discredited. It's called self-discipline. It's invisible, but it changes everything. It's what gets you out of bed when all you want is to disappear. It's what holds your tongue when anger wants to explode. It's what says no to quick pleasures because it sees the prize that's still far away. Napoleon Hill put it bluntly. Self-discipline is the bridge between thought and action. You can have the best plans in the world. You can read 1,000 books, watch 1,000 videos. But if you don't have the discipline to put them into practice, nothing will happen. And get this. When we tell you to act as if nothing affects you, it's not to pretend. It's to train your mind. It's like going to the gym, only on the inside. It's you learning to respond with intelligence, not impulse. And this silent strength is worth more than any fleeting motivation. We live in a noisy world. Everyone wants to talk, respond, prove something. But if you want to be truly strong, learn to be silent. Napoleon Hill said that the most successful men he knew were those who spoke little and thought a lot. Because silence is armor. It protects you, gives you space to think, gives you time. Being calm is not being weak. It's being strategic. While fools react, the wise observe. And when they act, no one understands where so much strength came from. Want to become unshakable? Then stay silent when everything invites you to explode. Because true power is this. You know you could react, but you choose to win. And no, being strong is not feeling less. It's feeling everything and still choosing the best path. Napoleon Hill said that the greatest enemy of success is an uncontrolled mind. The one who acts on impulse. Anger makes you speak without thinking. Anxiety makes you give up prematurely. Neediness makes you accept crumbs. But self-control gives you freedom. It's what allows you to choose what to do with your emotions. And if there's one thing you need to understand, it's nothing is as stronger than you. That "I'm just like that" or "I couldn't help it" story is an excuse. Don't react. Choose. Don't explode. Breathe. Don't let your emotions run your life. Because those who only act when they are in a good mood never get far. Do you know one of the greatest tests of inner strength? It's stopping explaining yourself all the time. You don't need to justify every step, every decision, every silence. Napoleon Hill said that other people's opinions are a luxury that only insecure people take seriously. As long as you try to please everyone, your energy drains away. And your purpose? It's being left aside. But whoever knows who it is stands firm even when misunderstood. Want to know why? Because he understands that explaining everything all the time is a waste of time with those who don't want to listen. People will judge you anyway. They will criticize, distort, invent. But you know what? You are not here to be understood. You are here to live what you were born to live. And that can't be explained. You live it. You know what's funny? The more you grow in silence, the more you'll bother those who live on autopilot. They don't care about what you do wrong. They care about what you represent. You show them everything they didn't have the courage to be. Napoleon Hill said that unfair criticism is usually just unresolved admiration. So stop trying to defend yourself all the time. Stop fixing every comment. Pleasing those who will never support you. These people don't want the truth. They want you to demean yourself. They want to see you explaining, justifying yourself, and preferably giving up. But you weren't born for this. You were born to bother. To be a warning to those who still live on autopilot. To inspire those who are awakening, even if silently. So the next time someone attacks you, do this. Smile inside. Because their noise only confirms one thing: you're on the right path. The pain you feel didn't come to destroy you. It came to forge you. But only if you have the courage to look it in the eye. Napoleon Hill said, "Every adversity carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit." But here's an important detail. This seed doesn't grow in those who run from pain. Want to become unshakable? Then stop running from everything that makes you uncomfortable. Stop trying to numb your mind with distractions. Stop avoiding silence. Because it's in silence that truth emerges. The pain you avoid today comes back tomorrow stronger. But the pain you face with determination, it becomes strength. You don't need to ask for life to be easier. Ask to be stronger. Because pain is inevitable. But suffering is a choice. The world sees what you show. But life rewards what you do when no one is watching. It's easy to appear strong on Instagram. It's easy to post motivational quotes, take beautiful photos. What's difficult is staying focused when no one applauds you. It's waking up early without anyone asking you to. It's staying strong when no one recognizes your effort. But that's how you build an empire. Napoleon Hill called this the invisible character. It's that strength that only appears behind the scenes. The discipline no one sees, but that changes everything. While the weak live by image, the strong live by practice. They train in silence. They study while others sleep. They persist even without guarantees. Because they know what you practice in the dark shines when its time comes. And that time always comes. But only for those who were prepared. And do you know the true difference between those who win and those who give up? It's not talent. It's not luck. It's persistence. Napoleon Hill wrote, "The turning point for almost all successful men has come just when all seemed lost." Most give up too soon. They give up at the first no. Or the second. Or the 10th. But the ones who succeeded are those who keep going even when it no longer makes sense to continue. They understand a silent law of life. Miracles don't happen to those who try. They happen to those who don't stop. You might look back now and think, but nothing's changing. But life doesn't always show results immediately. Sometimes everything seems the same. But if you keep going, up ahead something opens up. Not by magic, but because life respects those who persist with faith, discipline, and fire in their hearts. So stop expecting everyone to understand your path. You don't need to be understood. You need to be respected. And respect doesn't come from explanations. It comes from attitude. Napoleon Hill said, "The man who knows what he wants doesn't need to justify himself. He just follows." People only understand what's within their reach. But you're not here to fit into others' understanding. You're here to forge your own path. Even if no one applauds at first. Do you want respect? Then stop bowing. Stop begging for validation. Stop shrinking to fit into small spaces. Talk less. Walk firmly. And let the results speak for you. Ultimately, those who act as if nothing affects them scare, silence, and inspire. All at the same time. They'll say you've become cold. That you've changed. That you're not the same anymore. But what they don't know is that this coldness is the armor you built after being hurt so much. Napoleon Hill said that great leaders are those who master their own hearts without losing their souls. You didn't become cold. You became more selective. You stopped begging for attention. You stopped accepting emotional crumbs. You healed. And those who heal learn to remain silent, to walk away without scandal, to protect their own peace as something sacred. The world calls this coldness. But you know, this is maturity. It's self-love. It's survival. Because those who have cried too much in silence are not shaken by any storm. Do you still think it will be easy? That all it takes is will, repeating positive phrases, and the universe will hand you everything on a silver platter? It won't. Napoleon Hill wrote, "Life tests the resolve of every man before entrusting him with great responsibilities." And do you know how it does this? It ignores you. It rejects you. It leaves you in the dark. It makes you walk without anyone applauding. And you think, is it worth it? But pay attention now. This isn't the end. It's the test. Life wants to know if you're truly ready. If your will is true. If you'll continue even when everything is against you. Because only after the test comes the reward. And the stronger your resistance, the greater your victory will be. So, yes, act as if nothing affects you. But not to pretend. But because you know, deep down, that great people only receive success when they prove they don't give up. Have you ever kept going even without support? Have you ever gotten up even when you were tired? Have you ever cried in silence and still done what you needed to? Then listen to this with an open heart. You are closer than you think. Napoleon Hill said, "Many people give up when they are one step away from success. They stop before the finish line." Maybe you are right there. One step away. But you don't feel it. Because you're tired. Because it's dark. Because it seems like nothing is changing. But what you've been planting silently is taking deep root. What seems invisible today, tomorrow will be admired by everyone. But only you will know that it all began that day when no one believed. And yet you kept going. So take a deep breath. Keep going a little further. The finish line never warns you it's near. It only appears to those who don't stop. You don't need to shout. You don't need to show off. Nor justify your victories. Just keep going. And that's already bothering you. Napoleon Hill said, "Stillness and persistence break down more barriers than any show of strength." And that's what's happening to you now. Your calmness bothers those who live in chaos. Your discipline irritates those who only know how to complain. Your silent evolution screams at those who have stopped in time. And that's why they judge you. They criticize you. They exclude you. Not because you're wrong, but because your presence exposes their weakness. Keep it up. Steady. Focused. Quiet. While the loud ones seek the spotlight, the silent ones are building empires. Napoleon Hill said, "The man who controls his impulses inevitably controls his surroundings." And that's true. In a world where everyone reacts, those who think before they act stand out. Most explode on impulse. Give up out of anxiety. Sabotage themselves out of need. But you've learned. You learn to breathe before acting. To wait for the right moment. To act with purpose, not instinct. And that makes you rare. It makes you respected. It makes you feared. Because true power isn't making noise. It's staying centered even when the world is falling apart. If you master what's inside, what's outside is already won. Sometimes it seems like you're alone. But you're not. You're part of an invisible minority of people who wake up early without an audience, who persist without applause, who bear scars but remain steadfast. Napoleon Hill knew this. He wrote for people like you. People who think differently, who refuse the easy path, who carry on even when no one believes. While many shout, you act in silence. And that is the mark of the strong. They don't need to be seen all the time, because they know that true recognition only comes to those who are impossible to ignore. And there comes a time when nothing else matters as much as your mission. You start to lose interest in distractions, in empty conversations, in pleasing everyone. You become obsessed. And no, that's not an exaggeration. This is what creates legends. Napoleon Hill called this definite purpose. It's an inner fire that consumes fear, doubt, and laziness. You start to live at a different pace. While others rest, you adjust your course. While others complain, you execute. You no longer want to appear. You want to achieve. And what once seemed like a sacrifice has now become a lifestyle. You've become someone who no longer needs motivation, because focus has become part of who you are. And when that happens, nothing distracts you anymore. Nothing stops you anymore. You've fallen, thought about quitting, cried in silence. But you didn't give up. And that's what sets you apart. Napoleon Hill said, persistence transforms character and shapes destiny. The world may not have recognized your effort at first. It may have ignored you, criticized you, left you alone. But there's something no one ignores for long. Results. And the results appear for those who stayed. For those who persisted. For those who went through the pain and came out stronger. In the end, the world bows. Those who laughed, applaud. Those who doubted, learn from you. Because the world may not like it, but it respects those who never give up. If you've made it this far, it's because you're no longer the same. The one who was shaken by everything is behind us. The one who needed approval no longer exists. Today you walk firmly, think clearly, and choose silence as your sword. Napoleon Hill said, the greatest strength in the universe lies within the man who masters himself. And now, that strength is within you. You no longer need to prove anything. Your posture already speaks. Your discipline already shines. Your focus already inspires. And the most beautiful thing, you don't even need to be noticed. Because the truly great don't need an audience. They live their truth in silence. And just by existing, they show the way. Now take a deep breath. Look around. And see who you have become. You are living proof that silence is the voice of the unshakable. If this message spoke to you, touched something deep inside you, click on the playlist pinned in the first comment or on the card and discover other secrets that will help you evolve your mindset. I choose to be unshakable. This helps this message reach others like you. Others who are awakening, evolving, and learning to live to their fullest potential. Remember, silence can be your greatest weapon, and the mind your true wealth. See you in the next video. Until then, keep going. You are exactly where you need to be.